here at the Babby Summit and talking to some really awesome folks in Web3. And next up, we have Chelsea. I'm going to let Chelsea introduce herself and we'll have a chat.
Cool. Yeah. Hi, thanks for having me. My name's Chelsea Freeborn. I'm a senior producer in community development at Avalanche, AVX, or Ava Labs. Really excited to be here and really grateful to be in the community. So.
All right. Well, the context of this, of course, is NFT NYC.
Cool.
And we saw it with NFT LA when you have these big events, and there's like just a huge thing that spreads out all around it. But yeah, tell me what you're looking forward to here. Of course, this event, things beyond this event. What are you loving about NFT NYC?
Yeah, what I love about NFT NYC, or what I'm loving, is actually just like a lot of the female presence, a lot of the community development, just because that's part of my job, and then Avalanche's presence because I work for the brand, so I'm really excited about that. I think one of the most beautiful things about this event and experience in and of itself is everybody that shows up in the community that's dedicated to it, especially during a bear market. So very grateful to be able to be here and show up.
Yeah, that's a good transition to my next question, which is just kind of about, the market conditions right now and the future of Web3 and how various people are kind of putting those two things in context with each other. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely two thoughts that I have on this current market, is one from the brand side and one from a personal side, right? I've been in the industry for a little bit longer than I probably would want to admit, so this isn't my first dip or first see of like recycling and leveling out of different brands and tokens in the economy.
Sure.
As well as we have it's not only just in like tokenomics of crypto, it's a global economic situation that we have happening right now. We have, a lot of devastation, depravity. We just came out of a massive pandemic. We have huge rates of inflation. So this is happening not just in this space, but it's happening in a global space as well. So first point on that side. But on a personal level, I think that this is really good for the market. I think it allows a lot of people that didn't want to get invested and be involved come in. I think it does a clearing of tokens that aren't really based on like utility and or have a real purpose in the space. So we're going to see a lot of the Doge, Shiba Uno, all these kind of shit coins kind of dissipate, which I think is what we really needed.
We don't underestimate Doge and Shiba Inu though.
I mean, you can never underestimate, right?
I know what to do with those, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's an interesting place. I mean, I definitely have been in the crypto for a little bit, been in the space for a little bit. I think, the crypto markets and tokenomics is MLM for older boys, and so it's really nice to have the women coming in and just like shaping up the marketplace. So that's my opinion. So buy the dip, right? That's what I've done in 2016. That's what I'm doing now. Also be cash positive. It's not all digital yet. We still have about 5 to 10 years to go to fully digital. And then on the brand side, it's just, engage your community as much as you can. That's what they're there for.
Nice. Yeah, well, themes develop, right? When we do an episode like this where we talk to a bunch of people and ask kind of similar questions. And I love that theme of all these people who are excited about Web3 and NFTs and this whole space, they're still saying, okay, don't commit all of your funds into this space, right? There's risk, it's just like having a startup company or something like that.
Absolutely.
You've got to have diversification. So I love that theme's kind of arising because people wouldn't necessarily expect it.
I mean, well, that's kind of what this market's about. It's risk and volatility, right? So if you have these first generations that are coming into this market and seeing their first depravity that's happening, they're seeing their first, market volatility. Like they've never experienced that, but I was alive in 2018, so I've experienced a market crash and seen what's happened. So if you've been around for a little bit, you understand this, and we're young enough to be able to take that risk and still stay cash positive. Like if you're under 30, if you're under 40, take the risk, buy it. You don't have to be fully cash positive, but have a little bit of the money in the bank.
Right, and if you're going to live to like 500 like me, like this is just
you biohacking?
Right now.
You have like plugins going on, you're doing like vitamin drips, you're like, I'm here for it.
Exactly. I often think about that. It's kind of funny. I don't talk about it a lot, but it's like, if I was going to live to be 500, right, or even longer, you wouldn't worry so much about what's going on right now, right?
I mean,
it's just piece by piece.
Like vampires, all they care about is eating. You know what I mean? They don't care about current markets. They know it's always going to come back. It's a bounce. It's a trampoline.
All right. So tell me a little bit more about what you and sort of the projects you're in are currently focused on and working on. I want to get into that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, personally, I'm working on a variety of different projects. I'm not fully immersed in Web3. I am teaching a marketing course on it, which I'm really fortunate and grateful to be able to do. I also run like a crisis management company, so I help addicts and like women in domestic abuse or in traumatic situations kind of change their lives and kind of come on the other side of that. So I have like another whole world that I focus on on the personal side. But within Avalanche specifically, we're working on subnets a lot. We're really, really focused on that. We're really focused on our ecosystem's diversity and really inspiring a lot of new conversations, as well as we're really focused on GameFi right now. So those are kind of our main 3 points that we're looking at.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love having this show because I always meet people where I'm like, okay, how are you doing all of this at the same time? I have to like figure out your tricks.
A lot of Celsius and sleep.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, and hire a good team.
Cool. So we're having kind of these rapid fire interviews today. So like anything else you want to share with people about kind of how you're seeing the future of Web3, things you're excited about coming down the pipe?
Yeah, I mean, some things I'm excited about coming up in Web3 is just that, like, especially currently right now, people really understanding what it's like to go through volatility and risk, and learning what life is like, the ups and downs, the upheavals, the leveling outs, and really getting to experience the nuts and the bolts. And what I'm really excited about, I mean, at least within our company, is definitely us optioning into GameFi for sure. I'm really excited about like what we're doing in the gaming space and what's really coming transparent, because it seems to make the most sense, especially for us, like with payment processing and being kind of one of the most sustainable out there and the lowest gas fees. So I'm really excited to see what transpires within our company. On my own personal account is just, to be quite honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the metaverse. I don't think we need to be behind more screens. I think we need to be out in nature more. So I'm really excited for this to actually hopefully get people to kind of go outside more and have more experiences. But I really love that the community aspect is in full effect and force, especially post-COVID. So that's really lovely to see.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great, because when I asked that question, I was like, I should probably say something about the metaverse and whatever, So
Meta, yeah.
You pulled a fast one, and that's great, actually. Okay, so we want to make sure we let people know how to kind of follow you and project you're working on before we wrap here. So websites, handles, stuff like that.
Yeah, you should go to avalanche.com, avex.network, avalabs. That's .org. That's where we're at. You can follow us on Twitter. We have an Instagram. We're also partnered with the Andretti team as well, Formula E. It's happening. Awesome. We have an event on July 15th and 16th. You should definitely participate. We have about probably 1,500 people that will be coming that are all in this whole entire space, and a lot of amazing conversations, especially on the topics of GameFi and subnets. So it's worth it. Personally, I like to stay off social media, and I don't need to be found. I'd rather be lost. So.
Okay, nice. All right, well, it was great to have you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.